After switching to Android many months ago, one thing I found difficult to find online was what's on my Android videos. So I decided to make my very own. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, about 3 months ago I made the decision to ditch iOS for a more open ecosystem, and one of the first devices I decided to get or to upgrade was the Google Pixel 6 Pro, and I made quite a few videos about that. If you haven't already checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. I'll link them down below. But anyway, I'm Dom, and today I'm going to be showing you what's on my Pixel 6 Pro. Let's get started. I want to start with showing you the case I use. So this is just the official Google Pixel 6 Pro case, and it's alright. I do like the feel of it. However, I do think that it's a bit much for the asking price. But nevertheless, the case does have the sort of grooves here to protect your camera, and it fits on pretty well, and most importantly of all, it feels really smooth. So this is the color I have, and I quite like this color actually. It's a bit dusty. But as you can probably see, I do have a screen protector on the camera. This is one I just picked up on Amazon, and by the way, if you like either the case or the screen protector, I'll leave it all linked down below. So this is what my lock screen looks like. Obviously I have the iconic clock, I've got the at glance feature there. I also have easy access to my wallet as well as my home devices if I unlock that. So this is what my home screen looks like. So obviously, once again, I've got the at glance feature there. I've got a nice little weather widget here, and what I've done is, if we go to the wallpaper and style, I'm using the themed icons here. Now this is a setting that's actually in beta at the minute, but it looks really nice and it suits the wallpaper pretty well. Obviously I also have the dock theme enabled, and I'm using the 5x5 app grid. So if we get out of there, I absolutely adore this feature of the icons matching the theme, but unfortunately, as you can see by the WhatsApp icon, not all apps are applicable to this. Now the wallpaper that I'm using, I found on a app called Wallcraft, and you can actually find some pretty cool wallpapers on here. Now I like this app so much that I have purchased the premium version of this app. It wasn't a huge amount, and it got rid of the apps, and it gave me access to some pretty cool exclusive and parallax wallpapers, like say this one here for example, which looks pretty cool once it loads up, which just looks pretty cool. That's actually really nice. But that's the app I use for my wallpapers. Now swiping to the right gives me access to the Google feature, which gives me some pretty cool and useful news and information. Now if I swipe to the left, I'm treated with this pretty cool looking folder view. Now I designed this with the help of a widget app called Folder Widget, and it's a pretty cool app which enables you to add folders to your home screen. So this is what I've designed. I've kept my video apps in one folder, my social media in the other, productivity in another, and my smart home as well as travel in another. If I swipe left again, I'm treated with my Notion favorites. Now if you haven't checked out my article on why I moved away from Notion, so I have now theoretically moved away from it for my personal life. I still tend to use it to manage my YouTube channel and as well as my blog, but I am looking at alternatives still. And then up here I've got all of the tasks I'm due to make today. Now this is a pretty cool app I use called TickTick, and it's came highly recommended by MKBHD, and because of that I use it myself, because if it's good enough for MKBHD, it's good enough for me. It features some pretty cool things, such as the Eisenhower matrix, which shows you your urgent and important tasks, and your not so urgent and important tasks, your urgent and unimportant, as well as your non-urgent and unimportant tasks, which I find pretty cool. You also have your calendar view, which at the minute is pretty empty. This is another app I decided to purchase because when I do use it, I tend to use it quite a lot. Now, in terms of my note-taking app, I use something called Google Keep, which is this app here. It's a pretty good way of organizing all my ideas. I mean, after all, ideas do tend to come at the most unexpected of times. I've got some other ideas here for YouTube videos as well as newsletters. It's a pretty decent app and it's really well built. I've been using this for years, since it was first released, to be fair. It was quite a while ago now. I also use the default Google Calendar app. I use Google Drive for quick storage solutions. And I use Gmail for accessing my personal email. But the main email app I use is something called Spark, which I honestly highly recommend because it enables me to get through hundreds and hundreds of emails at once. It's a pretty decent app. I might do a review on this soon. In terms of video editing, I use an app called VN. It's a app which you can download free of charge, and it enables me to edit videos. Now, one thing I have noticed when creating videos on this app is that it does add a section at the back, so I'll show you what I mean. So say I add this to a new project, what it will do is, if we go to the back, it will add a directed by and input title thing at the back. So I just simply delete that and continue. This is a really nice video editing app. It's one of the best I've used so far. I use it on my iPad, I use it on my phone, and I really like it. It's perfect for editing those TikToks or Reels, as well as mini projects. Now, I use Notion for managing tech with Dom at the minute. I am looking at alternative systems, but I may just stay with this. I know I wrote an article to why I moved away from Notion, and this was mainly for private life, but I do use it as a project manager for tech with Dom. Now, this entire dashboard is a combination of two different templates I used, one of which is by Thomas Frank, and that's this video tracker. It's slightly customized from what I slightly customized from the initial template I got free of charge, and I'll link that down below. But the whole idea is I've got this Kanban board, and I've got all of my video ideas here. My research, video research goes here. Things that I'm scripting go here. Then I review the video to make sure it's all good, and then move on. I review the script to make sure it's all good. I then go on to filming, A-roll, B-roll, SEO, and there's a section called ready, which is ones that are uploaded, just waiting to be either scheduled or released. And then I got scheduled as well as published and abandoned projects. Now, this is one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of it, because in order to get all the way to the side, I have to press to 2 more. It's not a great solution, I don't think. I use a very similar system for my blog. So I go to blog tracker. Once again, this is customized. I can't remember the name of the person that created this, but I'll link it down below when I find it. It's a very similar system. If we go back here, and if we go to blog posts, all of my blog posts are listed here in the same sort of way. So I got an idea, research planning, in progress, in review, WordPress formatting, graphics, published, on hold, abandoned, and it works really well for me. Unfortunately, I no longer use this app for personal life because I think it's just too much, but I may go back to this if I don't have a of a solution. Okay, so that's it for this what's on my Pixel 6 Pro video. If you liked anything featured in this video, I'll leave it all linked down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Till next time.